So the Olympics mocked the Last Supper in the 2024 ceremony by having all of the characters be drag queens. And God is not mocked. And because of this, this crazy thing happened. So make sure to watch till the end so you know exactly how to respond. Let's get right into the video. So this is the beginning of the ceremony right here.
This was the opening ceremony of the Olympics. This was full of all sorts of...
Like, what is that? That's demonic. This is supposed to be a family-friendly thing for everyone to see, not just for some political agenda that only, 10%, like 1% of the population want to see.
Mockery and debauchery. This was really an affront to Christians and anyone who has any sort of biblical belief. They're going to watch it, they're going to take it in, and they're going to see all the little periphery things outside of the competition. They'll see the bands, they'll hear the music, they'll see the dancers, they'll see these things, and they're trying to make this commonplace. They are trying to make the things that we are seeing before us make it seem as though it's okay, it's normal. To intentionally mock the Last Supper, to give some sort of apocalyptic thing, I don't know what this is, running across the water, to have the person with the head in his hand and so forth. Now, these are things that...
Yeah, that's crazy. Like this right here, they're saying like that's a depiction of when they're talking about in Revelations where the person comes on a horse and there's wings and all of that stuff. It is crazy, and people are saying like, is this a sign of the end times? Is it? I don't know. It could be, because like this is for everyone to see. The whole world is watching. And is this something that like John was envisioning or he saw in his vision? Maybe.
They are putting out. Also, by the way, these are things that certain platforms are taking off as though that they're inappropriate. However, if they're appropriate to be shown to other people, I guess it's appropriate depending upon who actually presents it. But these are things that we should not be alarmed. These are things that should not cause us to wonder, to worry.
So here it is again. The Olympics just mocked 2.4 billion Christians on earth by opening with drag queens mocking the Last Supper. Share with everyone, God will not be mocked. Yeah, it's really sad. It's just like, why would they want to do this? But guys, we're going to get into a video here that talks about something that crazy happened in Paris because of this. And they're thinking that it's because God will not be mocked and he will cause something to happen because of all the wickedness and demonic things that they did. So let's get right into the video here and we're going to see what exactly happened. So guys, after this happened, there was this crazy power outage. Like the entire city went out of electricity, but there was just one place that was still lit up, and it was a church. So let's get right into this video here, and we're going to look at this.
Paris, there is a certain code or law to where the buildings are not allowed to be built higher than 3 or 4 stories. There's some sort of regulation so that when you look at Paris, it's like the top of the buildings are all this kind of flat layer. And then off in the distance and from nearly every part of the city, you can see this beautiful hill where the majestic Basilica of Sacré-Cœur is located. That, in fact, was the only place that was not dark. There's this amazing image showing what I'm talking about right here. Check this out. The only part of Paris, at least from this picture, that had light was that majestic basilica. This basilica was built sometime in the 1800s.
All right, this just in, there has been reported, and in this video you can see a widespread power outage in the Baltimore of Europe, which is Paris. This could affect the Olympics. What is going on? First, the trains were set on fire. Now there's a huge power outage. I don't know, God's answer to their satanic opening? I have no idea. What do you guys know? Do you guys have anyone over in Paris? But looks like the power is out. No one knows what's happening, and it's widespread. So there you go. Pretty exciting times.
Darkness. Now, I'm not saying the two are this This is footage of the power going out all over Paris just a day after the opening ceremony. Users all over social media are showing pictures of the city in darkness. Now, I'm not saying the two are correlated, but just a day before this at the opening ceremony, you had them recreating the Last Supper. You had them in red dresses, holding heads, singing to metal. You had symbolism of the white horse that I made a whole video on. You had Snoop Dogg wearing a chain with a goat head on it. Again, not saying these are correlated, but just know God is real.
We saw one of the most demonic open ceremonies for the Olympics of all time, with the mocking of the Last Supper with the transgenders at the catwalk and the clear symbology of the Antichrist riding the white horse. Well, not even 24 hours after those events, what do we see happening in Paris, France? Reports of power outages hit Paris amid 2024 Olympic Games. Articles as well as personal videos are coming out of power outages sweeping across Paris. Some people will say this is just a coincidence, but I refer back to Galatians 6:7. Do not be deceived, God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that he will also reap.
A major power outage struck several districts of Paris on Sunday, about 24 hours after the Olympic Games opening ceremony, local media reported. This comes after France's high-speed rail system was hit by vandals who carried out acts of sabotage across the rail network early Friday.
So that's crazy that something like that would happen. Is it because God will not be mocked? Is it because he's doing something that is like, wait a minute, look at what's going on here? Or is this just a massive coincidence? Like the train was on fire and it's sad. It's like, I know there are incidents where people have blasphemed the name of Jesus and they've fallen over dead. Like, it's just like this crazy coincidence, or is it not? But some Christians respond to that now, and they go and start worshiping Jesus in Paris, and this is pretty cool. I think this is a good way to respond. Is like, all right, what are we doing to protect the name of Jesus? I mean, we can't really protect the name of Jesus, but what are we doing as Christians to really stand up and say, like, this is enough? We can live our life for God more than ever before. We can seek to have a deeper relationship with him more than ever before. And I think that's what's truly amazing here. Well, anyway, guys, that's crazy and wild, and I want to know your thoughts on this. Please comment down below if you have any. I would love to hear them. And if you haven't, please like this video and subscribe. And also, you might like this video here.